In today's quickie, we have the 2025 Toyota Prius Plug-in Hybrid, formerly known as the Prime. This is the mid-grade, the XSE. Below it is the SE, and above it is the XSE Premium. Now this takes the standard hybrid Prius, non-plug-in hybrid powertrain, and it adds a 13 plus kilowatt hour battery to the system, giving us a total 220 horsepower, 40 plus miles of electric range, and you should be able to get close to 50 miles per gallon once you run out of that electric range. Now this is front wheel drive only. The standard Prius has all-wheel drive as an option. If you look at the front of the Prius plug-in hybrid, it really doesn't look any different than the non-plug-in. Now as you come to the side, we have special 19-inch wheels here. Now the base grade, the SE, will give you 17-inch wheels, and that will provide a much more efficient sort of ride. Expect more miles on full electric and expect more miles per gallon. The new Prius, it is a beautiful car. On the back, we have a whited out light bar. On the non-plug-in models, it is a red color. All right, and then you have that big PHEV notification on the back to let you know, hey, this is not your standard Prius. In the back, this box entails a couple charging cords, one for your level 1 and also an adapter for your level 2, which both go into this charging port here on the right. The gas cap is on the left-hand side. Underneath here, there is no spare tire on this model, just to fix the flat kit. We also have an 1500 watt AC power accessory jack there. You can fold the seats down like a traditional hatchback 60/40. Optional is an automatic lift gate. Funky handles into the C-pillar. We also have a glass roof. Solar roof is an option, but it's pretty much useless. This seat is pushed back quite far. I would say for someone about 6'2", 6'3". And we look at this hard touch plastic, not quite good enough for this over $40,000 vehicle. There's about 1,600 in accessories from my Southeast Toyota distributor and about 1,000 in accessories from my local dealer, Germain Toyota. Both of them are, you could say, very gracious in giving me this car for review. Southeast Toyota and Germain Toyota in Naples. Stay tuned for more Toyota reviews from cars that I get from Germain Toyota of Naples. All right, we have two USB-Cs down at the bottom, additional AC power port there. We only have one map pocket, and again, solar roof, couple lights above. We do have cup holders in the back, soft back to the seats, but overall pretty good legroom and headroom for such a compact vehicle. There is smart key access here on the XSE, but not on the base SE model. Pulling into the shade of this lovely tree. Very basic shifter here, kind of sticks up out, and it is kind of in the way sometimes, maybe of your drinks. We do have a hidden storage compartment, two USB-Cs there for a total of 6 USB-Cs in the car. We have 2 more in here. Wireless charger, auto brake hold. Here's all your buttons to switch between hybrid mode, electric mode, intelligent, which way. You can also just charge the battery with a gasoline engine. So there's a lot of different functionality. I'll cover that more in my full-length review on my Kirk Kreifels channel. Heated seats, no ventilated seats here unless you get the Premium XSE. There's no digital rearview mirror. However, we have HomeLink garage support and auto dimming. Beautiful leather steering wheel with baseball red stitching. Red is the theme, right? From these seats to this LED bar across the dash to the accent plastic there. A little bit better materials here up the front. Hard touch here, soft touch over here. Small 7-inch screen in the middle that gives me all the information I could want in terms of how much battery I have left, how much efficiency, whether it's miles per gallon or kilowatt or miles per kilowatt hour. We have this optional 12-inch screen here, volume knob across the car. That doesn't make sense to me, but I do have volume control here, but the knob, great resistance, but again, it's just so, I have to get out of my seat to get to it. All right, the big 12-inch screen here, the standard screen I want to say is around an 8-inch, something like that. This one looks a little bit nicer, but maybe the smaller screen would be better if the volume knob is closer. I'll have to look into that. Heated steering wheel here and windshield wiper de-icer. Let's buckle up and talk about how this vehicle drives. Backup camera is abysmal. I believe there's a 360 camera on the XSE Premium, but that is a potato of a backup camera. The steering in here is sublime. I really enjoy the steering feel. Now at like parking lot speeds, it's pretty light, but that's okay, so you're not wrestling it. But once you get a little bit of speed, it stiffens up nicely and feels quite good in the turns. This vehicle, despite it being a plug-in hybrid, still feels light, not quite as light as a standard Prius, but as a result, it also feels a little bit more stable than the standard Prius. Now in fully electric mode here, well, once you get over 23 miles an hour, the sound turns off for pedestrian warning, and it is a very, very quiet car overall. Do I have acoustic glass? I do not. That doesn't stop the Prius from being a very quiet experience. The ride quality in here is really smooth despite it having 19-inch wheels. All right, and it is a compact or subcompact sort of vehicle, and oftentimes in a vehicle like this, it's going to be bumpy, it's not going to have good ride quality, it's going to be loud. Well, the Prius is kind of, well, for the price, it should be semi-premium. It feels, if you blindfolded me and just told me I'm in a luxury car, I'd probably believe you due to, well, not this touch point, but I've been in cars that are more expensive with worse materials at times. The steering wheel feels amazing, the ride quality is great, it's quiet, it's smooth. Now I will say, when driving in hybrid mode and the engine kicks on, it does get noisier than I would like. You know, in something like the Camry hybrid, the engine's very quiet, and they've done an amazing job removing the engine from the cabin. Not in the Prius hybrid or even the plug-in hybrid here. The engine is louder than it should be, and I hope Toyota fixes that in coming years. The brakes, pretty good. They are a bit touchy. They do have good travel to them. I really don't have any issues with the brakes. There is a regen brake setting in here with 3 different settings, but I can't feel the difference between any of those 3 different settings in this week that I've been testing this vehicle. All right, now that we're up to speed, I'm in full electric. That's a great thing about the plug-in hybrid. It will fully charge in about 9 hours of standard level 1, which there's no way you could do that on a traditional EV because their batteries are so much larger. But stay tuned for my full driving impressions on my main channel, Kirk Kreifels. I'll talk a lot more about this vehicle and my full impressions after a week of driving, commuting with it, taking my kids to school, shopping, all that normal day-to-day life situation. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next quickie. Have a great day.